Step in the box, sports cards fans. Welcome back to another episode of Batter Up with John and Brett. What's up, John?
Doing well. It rolls off the tongue better if we say Brett and John, but I know you don't like deferring to yourself first, but this is on your channel. So yeah, I'm doing well. We're doing this on Saturday. That's a little late. I know we normally like to do this on Thursday, but I've had a busy schedule with archery going on. A lot of stuff going on last night. Just didn't think I was going to get around to it. Got a house to myself tonight, so I figured we'll fire it up and go for it. So, yeah, how about you? How are you doing?
Yeah, man, I needed that extra night. It's been a crazy week for me. Poor Tracker, he's sitting over here. Something happened last week where he got this nasty rash into the week, so took him to the vet. He's good now, and then I lost my voice midweek. And it's Thursday night. I would not been able to do the show. I had parent-teacher conferences too, so I'm sitting there talking to parents with this raspy voice. But I'm feeling pretty good.
Your voice to text sounded awful earlier in the week, and I thought, oh man, that he's not going to be ready for Thursday. So,
no.
Hey, what's up, guys? Dan, Eddie, Anthony, Bishop. Guys doing all right? Yeah, thanks again for joining. So we got some good topics tonight. We did a little bit of prep ahead of time, so we're not going in completely ad hoc, but we'll try to go back and forth. I think the first topic, Brett, you wanted to talk about was Major League Baseball playoffs.
Yeah, man, it's looking like those Astros are going to take it down. I know the Astros get a lot of hate for that cheating. I cut them a little slack on that part of it because for two reasons. They're not the only team that was doing it. There's a lot of other teams that were doing it. And so it's long gone since then, and the rules have evened out. And it just shows that the Astros organization know how to run a MLB team because they're good. They might win another one.
Yeah.
So looks like they're going to, it's 3-0 now. I think that game's over.
Yeah, definitely.
Thoughts on Yankees Astros?
If you're up 3-0, I think that's really hard to come back from. It certainly could happen, but I don't expect it. I think the NL, I still kind of think the Padres are going to pull it off. I know they're trailing 2-1 in the series, but I still think they're going to pull it off. Even though like Tatis is not in and he won't be, but that trade for Soto and the younger guys, Ha-Seong Kim and Jay Cronenworth, have been really playing well. Nobody wanted their cards in 2021 Topps products at all. They probably still don't, but they're difference makers when it comes to the playoffs here, and that's definitely going to be the way they're going to have to do it, play that money ball. So we'll see what happens. I definitely haven't watched a lot of MLB playoffs. I will be honest. That's I will watch probably like when it gets to the World Series, but it's just the games are so long, and I've got such a busy schedule, so I don't get around to it every day. So watch the highlights though.
Yeah, I was watching that Yankees Astros game today. I've watched quite a bit during the playoffs here. But yeah, I wasn't watching the Phillies Padres game, but looks like tons of scoring in the first inning. Pitchers getting pulled in the first inning. That means the bullpens are going to be taxed, or they're going to use starting pitchers for the long term. But
yeah,
that's an interesting series, man. It's Phillies Padres.
It is, yeah. It's a weird MLB playoffs. A lot of upsets so far. A lot of teams that everybody thought were going to be there. The Dodgers, the Braves, the Indians, the Guardians, whatever, Cleveland. They bowed out early. I think Guardians put up a fight though. They could have beat the Yankees. They had a shot in that one. But yeah, it's a shame. I think for cards, the playoffs is sort of like ho-hum. I don't think there's a whole lot going on. I mean, Julio's out. Obviously Soto, let's say the Padres win it all. He could win an MVP or something again. I don't know if he did the first time, but 2 World Series on 2 different teams, that would be really good for Juan Soto as a resume builder. So definitely fun to watch. and we'll have to see how it goes.
Yeah,
I
I've
was right first. Yes, thanks, Stu. I was
I
right
like
first.
that. I like that comment too.
You know, it's I'm going to call them the Indians forever. I'll be honest. I mean, the Major League, the movie Major League, it was filmed in my hometown of Milwaukee at Milwaukee County Stadium, which no longer exists. Uh, I mean, they were the Indians in that movie, so I'm sorry, they're the Indians.
I I grew up in Central Illinois, where a lot like my school was the Gridley Redskins. I will be a Redskin forever, and took pride in wearing, um, and there's a lot of other schools, the Pontiac Indians, the DMAC Chiefs, the Woodland Warriors. There were a lot of tribes in Central Illinois, so you
Yeah,
learn that in school, you respect it, and yeah, man, I hate that the Indians changed to the Guardians,
yeah,
but it is what it is. That's the society we live in,
yeah.
and we move on because I don't think we want to talk politics within this in the air, because that is a rabbit hole I don't want to go down. This is a good question by neighbor Bob.
Really, really good question. Really good segue into the next topic area.
Yeah,
You want to talk? You want to talk about that?
yeah, we were gonna talk about the hobby a little more.
Just the market in general and
just
retail. So what's your opinion? What's a better product, Topps Gallery or Topps Fire?
Well, I will say this: I have not opened any gallery, but I like the looks of gallery this year that I've seen, because they've gone to more of a baseball card regular picture like look instead of artist stuff. Like the first year, I think it was maybe 16 or 17 when gallery came back. I loved it. Then the next year looked really bad. The pictures just looked bad. But if I had to choose a product, I really like these $80 Fire hobby boxes. I mean,
Yeah,
for $80 with two autos, this product's amazing. Now, I don't know about blasters. I didn't open any. Did you
I
open
know.
any blasters?
I didn't open any. I have one hobby box that I still have that I need to open on my channel. So we'll see. I just been holding on to it. But I didn't buy any gallery. I think my wife was out at a Walmart once and she said, "Hey, they have one mega box left." And at the time I was like, "Nah, they're $80. Nah." I should have bought it because people have been pulling some really good stuff out of those Walmart mega boxes for $80. The autos have been really solid.
Yeah.
They've
Both of them have the whole checklist. I've seen
Yeah,
the Wander autos. You see the Bobby Witt autos.
and the quality control's been pretty good. I think
Yep.
center cards have been pretty solid. There's been no surface issues, which is great to see for paper cards. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'd go either way on that one. I think you said Fire. I think my gut feel, just because I like the look of the cards better, I'm gonna say Fire.
Okay.
But Gallery, it's right neck and neck. So.
Yeah. And it's for me, it depends on your motives. Like if you're just open a box, like I open one box, I have a couple more here. I might open them. We'll see. But in the long term, if you open these, not many people are looking for singles. And I'm going to give you an example of value.
True.
Okay, it's a cheaper product, which is great. And I like all products. I don't like is it I forgot which one is on Topps website right now. 355 or 350 a box.
Luminary.
Luminaries, and it
And
has
then
the
you
one
have
card.
the Sterling.
Like
Right.
I like the Sterling, but like for 350 for one card, one auto, I don't like those products. I'd rather open up this than those higher end products personally.
Right.
But on the flip side, with Fire or Gallery, the long-term sales of singles is going to it's the demand isn't there long term. You still get some nice cards though.
Right. Yeah, that's a great point. Is that it's sort of a do it now and kind of move on sort of thing. Hope you get a good auto. Yeah. So I didn't know that about the Indians. Stu said that the history of the Indians name was actually to honor a player on the team. That's pretty cool story.
If you stick around, we're going to open a box
yeah.
of this Skybox Metal Universe.
I'm gonna pull a Tiger Woods auto.
Dude, that would be sick.
I just feel it.
This
like
I've seen
30,000 chance, right?
I've seen a few cards pulled out here. These look pretty cool. I'm excited to do this. I
They
wish
look
I would have
cool.
done this video.
They look cool. I mean, I will say they're unique, non-logoed, but they don't really have to be because they're multi-sport, and some sports don't have logos. So we'll see. But yeah, I feel a Tiger Woods auto coming up. I really do.
The other part of the hobby that I had, John, was if you're selling cards right now,
yeah,
you almost have to be selling on eBay if you're looking to consistently move stuff.
Yeah, you need the biggest market possible. Filmington made a video earlier this morning. I don't know if you watched Filmington's content. Really good video, kind of saying, is it worth setting up at a card show? And, kind of assessing the market right now. And his consensus was, unless you're going to a card show to aggressively price things to sort of move product and sell sort of below comps, it's really not worth setting up at a card show necessarily, just because of all the hassle of bringing all the product, pricing everything, just the headache of travel and stuff like that, especially if you're going to card shows that are more of a travel-based sort of card show, the bigger ones. But the other thing is he mentioned is just sell on eBay. Whether you're using a consignor or selling on your own, just sell on eBay. Sell to the biggest market possible. Yeah, they take their cut and it sucks, but you sort of learn to live with it a little bit, and there is a convenience factor because they do have some seller and buyer protection when it comes to selling product now, whether it be cards, sealed product, or graded cards, or high-end stuff. I use eBay almost exclusively to sell. I mean, I have a MySlabs account, but I think I just still prefer eBay because of the depth of users. Stuff isn't selling as much as it was, but then again, I don't do a lot of auctions. I do a lot of buy it nows, and I try to price it like right at kind of market value, if not a little bit below, just because if I want to sell the card, I know I can sell the card. So yeah, the other thing about the market right now, a lot of people are talking about a pretty soft market. Going out to a retail store the other night, I did see a lot of product on the shelf at Walmart. Walmart.com every Wednesday now seems to be dropping cards religiously. Crazy restock from last Wednesday at Walmart.com. They had Prism retail boxes sealed of basketball. They were $100, $99.99, and you could buy up to 10 of them. They were on the website for like an hour before they finally took them down. The only thing about Walmart that's different than Target, they give you a very short window. They have a queuing system that sort of keeps your place in line on the hotter items. They really do a good job of trying to protect against bots kind of dominating the checkout process, but they seem to be putting better products on their website for sale, which is crazy to think that, a year ago, Target was the only one that you could really reliably count on for retail products on a website. And now it's the other way around. Target is so few and far between. Target almost never puts anything on their website. If every 2 weeks is what to expect, you expect better than Prism Cellos like we saw last week, because I didn't buy any of those. I don't know about you, but in general, what's your thoughts on retail right now? I mean, there's just so much out there. We'll get to update in a bit, which
if you would have told me 6 months ago that we would be able to get Prism basketball this easy, like Eddie says, I would have been like, you're crazy. But all of a sudden, I mean, it's a good rookie class. It's
not bad.
Yeah,
We'll get to that topic here in a bit. NBA starting. A lot of stuff going on. It's been the first week of the season, but yeah, we'll cover that in a bit. But going back to retail, yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
A year
it's
ago,
good.
2 years ago, a year ago, if you'd have said Prism hanger boxes, which they're packs now, but if you just said those are going to sit on shelves for $20, that they didn't even really raise the price on them. I'm astonished. I went to Walmart like 2 days ago. I could have bought an entire tray of them. And I didn't, but I could have because they were there, and I was shocked. I thought, I can't believe this. So yeah, I mean, what's going to surprise us next? Football going to start sitting on shelves?
Yeah, I do think prices are going to keep coming down on product. It's good to see in certain ways. You want your product you want your product to be worth some, what you're opening, you're hoping to make back a little bit of your money, but if it starts becoming clearance stuff, we need to watch out.
Bishop says in his area, Walmart, I don't know if that's because they can get away with it, but they're charging $50 per blaster for optic. How can they mark it up over, like, I thought the standard Walmart price was like $35. And then Target's $30, and every other site you can get it on, it was $30. Fanatics had them for days. But I'm shocked that they can charge $50. No wonder they're sitting. That's way too high.
Man, that's wild. Yeah, and I've been just kind of like recently just going with the flow and being a little more patient than I had been. Like, it seemed like in the past, if you had a chance to buy something, you had to make a decision immediately or you weren't going to get something. And now it seems like you have a chance to get some product and decide, okay, am I going to buy blaster boxes of Topps Chrome? Am I going to do light boxes? I mean, heck, you can go get a hobby box for a really good price now.
Yeah.
So
that's a great point. I mentioned it before, I think on one of our live streams, but essentially we've got a situation right now where they have a fixed price that they try to charge in retail, and they did this in response to people clearing out shelves. They were trying to, at least take a little bit of an extra cut, maybe try and fight people from like clearing out the shelves, make them think a little bit. But hobby boxes at the same time, when all this is happening and you go to the store and like some of these are priced at like $10 more now, hobby boxes are coming down. But yet retail box, it's sort of like Bizarro world. It's upside down. Hobby boxes are still market-driven pricing, dynamic, and retail is just fixed. And no wonder it just sits, because nobody's going to buy an optic. What was it? Bishop said $47.99. That's insane. No wonder nobody touches that. That's crazy. And great question here by neighbor Bob. Where do we get our supplies for shipping out cards that we sell? I do a lot of recycling. If I buy something off Target, I will keep the box. If I buy something off Topps, I will keep the envelope. I print my labels at home through the eBay app. Print it, tape it onto the envelope, tape it shut. If I sold a sealed product, I would put it in a box. It's a lot of Target boxes, a lot of Topps.com boxes. I keep everything. It tends to pile up. I've got a closet. Luckily, we have a big house. We've got an entire closet that's literally just cardboard boxes and envelopes and bubble wrap. So I try to recycle as much as I can without going to the store to buy stuff. Great question, though.
Yeah, I get some of my bubble mailers off of Amazon if I can in bulk. I've had those around. I just pulled up Blowout Sports just to see where their market is for update that's coming out. And like right now, I personally think these prices are high. I could be way off on this. Like, they have a 12-box case for $12.75.
It's a little high.
Which is a little high. And then they got a 6-box jumbo case for $1,300. And I get there, like, I'm not pre-ordering at that. I would rather open retail hanger boxes at that point.
Yeah.
You sent me a link. How much was a case of Series 2? You'd sent me a link. It was like 90 a box.
I think it's 94 a box right now on Blowout, which I expect to maybe come down in the off season.
This winter, yeah, I agree.
And a case was 1,000. So I would think if you're into holding sealed product, that's still not a bad product, with knowing that there are those short prints in there in long term that could still pay off. I think we're going to really have a tough choice, though, because you really have to sort of place your bets wisely. Not that we're into gambling or anything.
Yeah, here's one of my local card stores, Chicagoland Sports Cards. Pre-sale for a Bowman Chrome hobby case, 12-box case, $3,800 for pre-sale. That's a big number, man. I don't know. I'm trying to find update real quick while we're here. I wish I would have done this beforehand, but I was just kind of going through looking at this stuff. Man, I can't believe how many products are still left to come out. Gold label, High Heritage. There's so much. Stadium Club. There's so a case of Stadium Club, a 16-box case, $2,800 basically. Looking for
that's expensive.
So he's got $1,300 on a 12-box hobby case of Update.
Yeah.
And $1,300 on Jumbo. So
Blowout was cheaper.
Yeah, just barely.
I think you got to be patient on that one. This product comes out in the off season. I just don't know where the hype is because all these guys aren't going to be playing the time this comes out. I think you're going to have a chance to buy it. It'll come down a bit. Although, going to what I was about to say relative to products, and Eddie made a good point. This next football class is terrible. I'm watching like breaks of Certified the other day, and I'm thinking, I'm like, total garbage score. No, there is no way I'm touching this stuff. No way. Absolutely no way. You're going to lose money almost every single time. There isn't even really a good rookie to chase. I mean, yeah, there's some okay guys but just wait, save your money, buy the singles a year from now. You'll get them on a big deal. Collect the players you like. If you're an Ohio State fan, collect Garrett Wilson, collect Kenny Pickett, if you're a Pittsburgh fan, but wait a year. Do not rip this product. Let it sit on the shelf. It's absolutely not.
I got a question for guys like Eddie, because I know Eddie. Eddie's a hardcore. He opens almost all football. Yeah. And this is for anybody else out there that is strictly a football collector, because there's a lot of people. People that are collecting football are going to want to open something. And it doesn't make sense to open football. It just doesn't, unless it's cheap.
Right.
So where do they go? Do they go to baseball or basketball, or do they just sit out?
It's a thought-provoking question. I like opening products too. I like, I looking at the cards. I definitely like seeing what's new and hot. We want to cover that topic from Bishop in a bit. Definitely come back to that. With regards to the decision, I was going to say if the 2022 rookie class of the NFL was not very good, and it comes out and nobody's really interested, but Update was, arguably had all the players that we were hoping for, and a really good Major League Baseball class finally hit the shelves, that could be popular over the NFL products, but we'll have to wait and see. The NBA products, I think many people are just kind of moving on from the 2021-2022 rookie class of the NBA with Cade Cunningham and Scotty Barnes and Evan Mobley and Josh Giddey, and the list goes on and on. It's a deep class, but do I have a feeling like there's any like generational talents in there? Probably not. Some really good players. and maybe I'd be a fan someday. I just don't watch. I'm wearing a. Speaking of players to collect, I'm wearing my De'Aaron Fox shirt. Everybody knows who watches my stuff, or I need to probably promote that more. But I'm a huge De'Aaron Fox fan. Always have been since he was in college. When he was drafted in the NBA, I play a lot of daily fantasy. I'm a huge De'Aaron Fox fan. Is De'Aaron Fox going to carry? If he was in this product as a rookie, would he carry it? No, he probably won't. He's a good player. Is he a generational talent? Probably not. But he's still fun to watch. And we'll see what happens. But that's the kind of player, though, that you got in these rookie classes. It's like more De'Aaron Fox type players. They're good players. They're really solid. They probably will be on an all-star game someday. If they're on a crappy franchise, they won't be relevant at all. In the case of De'Aaron Fox, I'll tell you what, yeah. I don't know if it'll pivot really quick, but I was picking up his cards for so cheap. Yeah, I still check every day for eBay auctions. Like if I can pick up a silver or optic hollow or something like that, I'm going to try. And the prices are just dirt cheap. So we'll see what happens with regards to the NBA class. But yeah, going back to the point about retail, I would let the product sit on the shelf if it's too high of a price, which it kind of already is, and for the quality of the product. So I think it is a buyer's market right now. Be very selective and don't be in a hurry to buy it. They'll make them discount it. So
I like neighbor Bob's question here too a lot.
Oh, do we think Julio Rodriguez is a generational talent?
Dude, he could be a 40-40 guy, and if he does that, wow.
He could be. He's so young. What is he, 21, 22?
Yeah, I don't know exactly, but
I watched him in the home run derby, and I just thought this guy's got star potential written all over him. Yeah, I really like what he can do. Hopefully he stays healthy. The Mariners, I think, are going to be an up-and-coming team. They should be relevant for a while. That's going to help. Not the greatest market to be in. It's not like being in an LA market. Imagine Julio Rodriguez on the Dodgers or the Yankees. Holy cow. They should trade Julio to the Yankees for Jason Dominguez. I don't think the Mariners would be that stupid.
If Julio's with the Cubs, I would be going nuts, dude. I'd be buying every card. I'd be like, everything. I don't wear jerseys. I would get a Julio jersey, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, man.
Julio is a stud, yeah. I'm still a little bitter about that home run derby where I had placed a bet on the Derby Duel contest that I was in, and I said, the one player I want is a Julio Rodriguez parallel if he wins. And then he was in the finals. He dominated, and then he ran out of gas because Soto didn't really have to do anything in the first 2 rounds.
Man, looking at that now, that would have been a big card.
That would have been a huge card.
That would have been a big card.
Oh, my God. I was watching it down here on the big screen, and I just thought, oh, what could have been.
I don't know if all the viewers even know what that was. Explain what that card was.
Yeah, so essentially in the mega box from Target, for those who don't know what the Derby Duel, maybe comment will tell me if somebody does. But in the odds on the back of the box, it said, that was a Derby Duel redemption card or whatever. So I ended up pulling this. It had no face on it. It was just a card with a scratch off on the back. And it was like a home run challenge card, but it said Derby Duel, and it said guess the player that wins the home run derby. And you had 8 choices. Obviously, you got to wait till they kind of create the field, right? But so I'm like, well, I have this card. I could sell it. Sure, I could have sold it for $25 because if you did it right, what you should have done is buy 8 of them and bet on every player. You're guaranteed to win because I checked, and I checked eBay to see if any of the Soto Derby Duel cards, how many people do you think bet on Juan Soto to win the home run derby? How many people do you think had that card, redeemed it, and it was Juan Soto that they chose?
Man, 100? I'm just
161.
wow. Okay.
So how many people do you think would have picked Julio Rodriguez?
Probably less than that, in my
That
opinion.
could have been like 100 people. And it would have been a Julio Derby duel rookie year numbered out of 100. And I was just like, oh,
Those were such
it
tough
could have
pulls
been.
too. Those cards should be more valuable than they are because
That's a
they're harder to pull than autographs.
Well, not only that, but you've got to win too.
Yeah, and then you got to win.
Which means if you do, that's an extremely rare card. Like it, I can guarantee of all the Series 1 product, there's probably 80, maybe not 80%, 60% of those Derby Duel cards are still in boxes today.
Yeah, that's true too.
They won't be worth anything because they already played the Derby of interest. So, I was chatting with you on Messenger.
Yeah.
I just said, this could happen. This could happen. I cannot believe this is actually going to happen. And then Soto pulled it out in the last 3 minutes or whatever.
Dude, I thought it was a lock.
Like,
I
couldn't believe
he just hit too many home runs. Julio hit too many home runs. He was gassed out.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that. That's in poker terms, that's a bad beat.
Well, do you want to move on to a little basketball?
Yeah, let's cover basketball a little bit. So we've had one-ish week of the NBA season. We had the Warriors start the season on Tuesday night. I think Tuesday was first game. We've had a couple nights now, a couple full NBA slates. I play a lot of daily fantasy. Look for more of that content on my channel, ERB Sports. I'll try to make a betting video often. I'm really jazzed up about trying to get rolling on that. Just got to stay committed to it. Try to keep it simple, maybe a minute short, like once a day, once every couple hours, leading into an NBA slate, kind of give you guys my feel. But NBA season-wise, so far, I mean, it's so early. It's so hard to tell. A lot of player movement, again, in the offseason, like there always is. I still think that it's going to be the Bucks and the Warriors in the final. I picked the Warriors last year to be in the finals. That was way early in the season. I was pretty sure when I saw Clay back and Curry back, and that was like Christmas Day, I was like, oh yeah, they're gonna be in the finals again. That was kind of a no-brainer. Don't want to pat myself on the back too much about that, but I've got the receipts for it, but I did call that one. I had a DraftKings bet on the sports book that I placed on Christmas Day, and I think the Warriors were like 12-1 at that point. So should have bet more because I was like, oh yeah, they're going to win. So other things that kind of catch my eye about this NBA season, the guys from LaMelo Ball's rookie class, they're now in their third year. So Tyrese Maxey is emerging. LaMelo Ball he hasn't played yet. He's been hurt. Anthony Edwards made the playoffs last year. You've got guys like Desmond Bane playing decent. There's not really a generational talent in there, but you've got solid players and players now emerging into sort of starting roles, like Tyrese Maxey's case. That could change. It could definitely change. Then taking a step forward to the rookie class that just ended with Cade Cunningham, that rookie class is pretty good. But again, I don't think it's great. Not like generational talent great, but still very good. A lot of good players that will have really good roles on teams and make all-star games someday. And that is definitely good to see. Probably double the number of like names that you'll recognize in the long run. And I'll leave it with one more thing before I kick it back over to you, Brett, because I'm kind of dominating here. This rookie class from this most recent year, though, many people were ready to write this rookie class off as kind of junk. They said, it's just kind of like football was. It's not very good. I'm telling you, there's some really good players in this rookie class. Paolo Banchero for Orlando, been lighting it up so far. Ben Mathurin, many people don't know how to pronounce his name for the Pacers. Lighting it up so far. I don't know how he's doing tonight, but in the first two games that they played, he was in my DraftKings lineup both times. Really quite good, coming off the bench. you've got some guys. So keep an eye out for this rookie class, but don't go crazy. You know, don't let it be crazy hype. And I know who you're going to talk about, so I'm going to kick it back over to you, and you're going to talk about your favorite player in the NBA right now.
Yeah, a disclaimer, I don't spend a lot of time watching regular season NBA. I'm a Bulls fan, but the other night I caught the Memphis game against the Knicks, especially the fourth quarter, and my God, Ja Morant is an absolute stud. I wish he played for the Bulls. That dude is amazing. And then the hype is back behind Zion again. The hype is back in the card world. It came back real quick.
It's very good to see that he's back playing and he's physically looking in great shape. Didn't have a great game last night. I think he only had 16 and 5, kind of played okay. Didn't do anything special. Ja Morant was amazing last night. He was in my DraftKings lineup last night, and I was like, you're not going to believe this. Ja Morant's just going off. He had 40 points halfway through the third quarter. He ended up with 49. Now, Dylan Brooks didn't play, and I think that matters when I look at how Ja Morant does, but he's a really good player. So tonight, we've got my favorite player going against the Clippers, De'Aaron Fox. He had a pretty good start to the season. He had 33, 7, and 7. Really good first game. But the Kings lost again, which is not surprising. It's what the Kings do. They're good at losing. But they were right there against Portland. And I know Portland sucks. But definitely something to keep an eye out for is how the Kings do. One other player I didn't mention, Keegan Murray. He had not played in the first game. He plays tonight. Keegan Murray was the number 1 draft pick for Sacramento. Definitely a guy to watch out for. Again, not a guy you go crazy for and go buy up all his stuff and pay way too much for it. But wait a year, wait a while, pick up stuff on the cheap when nobody's looking. So,
Holy crap, John.
Yeah.
I just pulled up some box scores right now. Grizzlies are playing the Mavs, and Luka's got 21 points in the first quarter.
Yeah.
It's insane. But
there are some really good plays so far in the NBA season. Even though it's only a couple of weeks old, Tyrese Halliburton playing great for the Pacers. Now the Pacers suck. They're probably going to lose 50 games this year, probably more than that. But Tyrese Halliburton's going to be a stat monster. I mean, he's got he didn't do too great today. He's got 13 and 8 with 4 rebounds. But yeah, Ben Mathurin again tonight, 20 and 6 so far, 20.6 rebounds. They're in the middle of the fourth quarter. So Ben Mathurin, 6th pick by the Pacers. Keep an eye on him. He's going to be good. And people need to realize how to pronounce his name. When ripping at the Hyde, I saw that. Fill me in. What am I missing there? What is that? Wembanyama?
I have no idea.
I heard that last night. Is that a different player? Like I'm a little slow on that one. My Pacers are looking. Okay. They're looking to tank so they can get that guy. Got it. It's like suck for luck back in the day. When that was the whole thing when Manning was out. It was suck for luck. Got it. Okay. Perfect. Any other thoughts on NBA, Brett?
No, that's about it for me. Okay. The Bulls are what they are. They got a couple decent players. Hopefully, Io got out to a nice little start, but we'll see how dependable he is for a whole season. And the Bulls they need another player. That's it. Yeah. One more guy. Stud.
Well, I'm going to keep my eye on the Kings. The Kings are good at losing. Yeah, that's so true. They're just as good at losing as Detroit Lions. That's like the line of the night.
Yeah, that's
Chris,
for sure.
Chris was like, mic drop. They're just as good as the Lions are at losing. Yep. You hit the nail on the head.
That's hilarious.
Years playoff drought. 16 years of ineptitude. Gosh, I hope Mike Brown turns it around. But yeah, we'll have to see how they do tonight. The Clippers don't have Kawhi Leonard. He's on injury management, and as is John Wall. So they only got to beat Paul George tonight. As a Pacer fan, I live in Fishers, ripping at the hide. I actually live in Fishers, so I'm an Indiana Pacer fan kind of as well. But yeah, I do appreciate watching the Kings, and you probably appreciate the Kings for what they did to trade Tyrese Haliburton, Buddy Hield to Indiana for Domas Sabonis. So that kind of worked out. Probably worked out for both teams, but I think the Pacers got the better end of that deal.
Well, we didn't have this on our list, but I almost even forgot about this. I didn't even have NFL football on our schedule tonight. But I was so busy this week, I can't believe the 49ers picked up McCaffrey.
We didn't even touch on that. Yeah. I can't believe that trade went down.
Like, I was just trying to think of stuff that happened this week. It was like, oh, yeah, that trade took place. I haven't had time much to listen to any sports radio or like dissect what even happened. It's a pretty nice pickup.
How is Brandon Marsh doing for the Phillies? Bishop asked. I honestly don't know offhand, but I think he's been doing all right. I think he's had a good second half of the season. So
yeah, I didn't really dial into his stats. I know he hasn't moved up the ranks on any buy sell lists.
Where is Scottsburg?
But you know, some stuff. Stu, was in the chat, sent me a message earlier. He's like, I can't believe what some of these Bowman guys are selling for. For whatever reason, Bowman sales are starting to crank up right now. And I think it has to do with a lot of the Arizona Fall League stuff. And I saw a clip of this, and I'm pretty ignorant on the topic, but I saw one clip. The Arizona Fall League is using a challenge call for the strike zone. I don't know the exact details, but I did see this. A player was called out on it was a full count.
Mm-hmm.
They called it a strike 3. He tapped his helmet for a review. They reviewed it on the big screen. It was maybe 15 seconds total. They showed it on the big screen. It was a ball by about that much. Ball 4, he went to first base. It was, I kind of like that, but I don't understand why they're wasting their time with the challenge. Just go to it every time and have the umpire there just for plays at the plate. And then in case the technology would screw up, I guess, to call every pitch his way. But yeah, I don't know. But that's interesting to see.
Neighbor Bob says he stayed at the Larry Bird Hotel in Terre Haute a couple years ago. So yeah, next weekend is the state cross country meet for it's in Terre Haute. The Laverne Gibson is the course.
That's cool.
My son's team, they qualified for state today, but he didn't run. He's kind of like, he was an alternate. So they still get to go to state, which is exciting. It's always a great time. Very fun. Love to watch on that course. It's like the stadium course of cross country. It's like a big bowl, and you kind of like have people moving around, going from place to place. It's a really cool place to watch a cross country meet. And then they have in a couple weeks, they have another Nike meet up there called the NXR. That's a Midwest event. My son will be participating in that. So hopefully he'll get back on track with a nice improvement at the end of the season, knowing how disappointed he was that this season didn't go the way he wanted. So, yeah, trying to catch up on chat. Luis Garcia got a redemption for Luis Garcia. Oh yeah. Oh, you know what? I got a funny story for you. Back when I was opening Series 1 and I was opening the Meyer blister packs, I did a video on my channel. It was one of my first videos. I think I posted this video. I believe I did because they were pretty lengthy and I couldn't get them to upload at the time. But if you go way back a couple months ago, I uploaded a video where I opened, I think, 40 blister packs or something like that. It was a lot, right? I went crazy trying to find a Wander Purple. Well, I didn't find a Wander Purple. But in that pack, I pulled a Paul Goldschmidt auto numbered to, I think, 50. It was a gold parallel of the 87 throwback. And so I went to scratch it off, and the code completely rubbed out. I couldn't read it at all. I was like, this is totally worthless now. What do I do? Well, I mailed it in, and after waiting probably 4 months, I finally checked the app like Friday or one day last week, and it said pending. It finally went live, so I get that card back. So much like the Luis Garcia auto, it's always fun when you have those finally on the way back to you, because I thought I was never going to see that card. And then this guy won the MVP this year. I just thought, what are the odds? I pull that card in like April and he wins the MVP. And now I really want that auto back. And I'm thinking I'm never going to get that. Like they probably threw it in the trash. They're like, oh yeah, sorry, there's no code. We can't do anything. So I was so happy to be getting that card back.
And it's on the way. And
on the way.
You know, it's amazing how as you go here, you get in a rabbit hole. But so I'm sure everybody's seen the pictures of the silver packs from Topps Chrome that they've sent out. I've started to see tons of Aaron Judge cards.
Mm-hmm.
And the one guy that I know for a fact, now I can't verify Judge, but the one guy that I do know, I started to see Luis Robert 2018 Bowman autographs, a lot of them in that product. And you want to know something? Luis Robert in 2018 Bowman was a redemption. So all those unfilled redemption cards that are sitting in cases,
mm-hmm.
They're shipping all those autos out to this product.
I know. Yeah. Can you believe that? Anybody who actually pulled those cards have to be thinking, I pulled that card like 5 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back, and now you're putting it in a, so you had the card.
Dude, well, that would be,
or these are actually cards they have, and they have sealed product that has the redemptions in them, and they're not going to redeem them anyway, but they actually still have the cards.
Yeah. Oh man, it's crazy what's out there though. There's so much. And then I'm sure you heard about the drama with the conspiracy with the backyard breakers getting the loaded stuff. I don't really want to comment too much on that because it's possible they pull them all.
Right.
Who knows if there's insider info and all that, but
one of for my day job, I do a lot of statistical analysis, and reliability engineering work kind of goes hand in hand with statistics. So one of these days I will put a spreadsheet together that explains the sort of how I would perceive the odds that you would have all those hits. Now you've got to say each event is mutually exclusive, and that how much of the product's actually been ripped prior to them ripping it, and how much total product exists, and how many one of ones exist. So if you could run all those numbers, you could figure out the actual probability of them actually doing that. It seems improbable. It probably is, but it's not impossible. I mean, it definitely is still possible to some extent. So it is disappointing to see that, maybe an individual didn't end up with the card as far as them opening a box, but people buy into the breaks. I mean, if Backyard Breaks gets all the hits, buy into all the Backyard Breaks and you have a better chance of getting hits anyway. So I'm not saying you should do that, but that's one way to view it. Right. So.
Yeah. I don't have much else, buddy, but
nothing else. I could think of plenty of things to talk about. We could talk about the market again, but I think it's time to rip a box. And I'm thinking it's time for me to take down Brett this week because I got my butt totally kicked last week. My record is 1-5 in these box battles. So for those who don't know, what are we going to rip? We're going to MIP. We're gonna rip a 2021 Skybox Metal Universe Champions Blaster Box that we both got off Target.com. I'm gonna pull a Tiger Woods auto. And
Dude, that would be unreal.
I'm
I
gonna
had these.
wish it into existence.
I had these, and I just
Well, you don't get a lot of cards, do you?
kind of put them on the back burner, and then I lost my voice. And
There's no like
all right.
stickies in here. I mean, I don't know what to expect. So
It's kind of neat how you. So what do we got? 5 packs here.
5 packs of 7 cards per pack, so 35 cards.
I like how that package is.
If I pull a Tiger Woods auto, I'm literally gonna run around the basement. I can't.
I want to see that.
Yeah. All right.
Man, these are tough. These are tough to open.
They are, yeah. They're really colorful. I will say that much. I got a die cut in my first one. Die cuts are usually a good thing, so hopefully I got like a jambalaya. I don't know.
I have no idea what's any good anyway.
I got a Jalen Johnson.
I got a backwards card.
Fresh, they're all backwards. Fresh Foundations, Kyle Pitts. I've got a metalized Lexi Thompson. Ooh. I think this next one's actually might be a good one. I got not the Lexi Thompson. The next one here is a Ken Griffey Jr. die cut, a cut above. That's decent.
That looks pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Who doesn't like Ken Griffey Jr., right?
These are crazy, man. I had
I'm gonna sleeve that up.
basketball ones. Josh Giddey.
We'd have to like
Adley Rutschman metalized.
Actually, one we probably won't know offhand unless one of us pulls the card.
William Diaz.
Card so far, but I don't know.
I didn't feel like any of those cards were that great.
This is a Ken Griffey Jr. box. I just got another one, and it's even better than the first one.
Oh, I know. John Teffer from Bar Rescue, baby.
Okay, so I got a Ken Griffey Jr. I think it's a gold foil. I don't know. Looks cool.
I got a cool Trey Lance. That's what I like about this product is basketball, football, baseball.
Adley Rutschman.
Jaden Springer. It's like a metal card, but it's
forever
not metal.
to get through the first pack. You guys,
there's golf.
Everybody's gonna tune out of this video.
I know, sorry guys, but
we got to keep.
We don't know jack about these. There's some golf in there. I would say Trey Lance probably my best card so far, but I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. But this is what I like to do. I like to not know about a product and then open it
Lexi
and then try to figure out.
Michaela
Jalen Green.
Jalen Johnson. Why is this card backwards?
Yeah, it's weird why some of them are backwards.
Fresh Foundation, Toby Miller.
Those Fresh Foundations seem to be
they look cool.
They do look cool, but they seem to be about 1 per pack.
I got Woo Yu. He has the best name in the box. Woo Yu.
Intimidation Metal.
Street Baller. And Tim Grover, who's a trainer. Why did they put a trainer in here? That's kind of weird. These look cool. I will say they look.
Christopher.
They look cool.
Man, I just don't know.
You're chasing the Tiger Woods or the Michael Jordan cards. I think if you pull a Jordan base, it's actually a pretty good pull. So if you get a Jordan card, you probably won the battle. I think those are pretty good.
There's a snowboarder.
I got Colin Moore.
No, that's one thing I've seen out of these. People have been pulling autographs out of here.
Colin Morikawa. I got a Josh Giddey bronze.
Mac Jones. Got a Mac Jones that I just dropped.
Ben Simmons backwards. Oh, Ben. It's one of those black furnace cards. These look cool. You wanted like a LeBron of this. These would be really good in a LeBron. But the black furnace were a little bit tougher pulls. That looks cool. Too bad it's Ben Simmons because he sucks.
Trading cards more said he hit an auto and some copper parallels.
Matt Savoy. I've got Jalen Johnson again. Jason Isbell. What the hell? Oh, he's a guitarist. That's kind of weird. And I got Matt Savoy again, hockey. So the
Kaminga.
players repeat, but it's on different cards. So I don't know that I'd collect
Intimidation Nation.
I got 2 packs to go. How many do you got?
I'm finished here.
You didn't pull a Tiger Auto?
Here's a cool one. This is okay. Finally got a numbered card that I saw.
Well, you got a number card?
This is a metallized
I got to check again.
little Balon Laura from Bowman a few years ago. This is out of
base.
Out of 199.
You might have won.
I could tell right away with like it was different than the other ones. Had a lot of sparkles on it.
I got a Jalen Green.
This product is really cool though.
That's cool.
Trying to see
Jaden Springer, Stan Smith, and Chloe Kim. I gotta check to see if I actually had a numbered card. Are the numbers on the front or the back?
it was on the back.
Okay.
I was kind of sorting through here. Jalen Waddle metallized. So it was that one's a base. I was just kind of sorting through real quick. Man, these are
They look
cool product.
It's a decent.
Kind of like this product.
I like the cut above Griffey die cut. That's probably my favorite card so far. It just looks so 80 like 90s.
I'm trying to think what this kind of reminds me of
kind of boring to listen to right now.
A Chronicles type product where you have a lot of different stuff within the opening, you know?
Yeah.
The more you open.
Wilman Diaz, Josh Christopher. Oh, that's got to be a good pull. That's got to be a good pull. It has to be. This has to have won it.
Let's hear it. Let's see it.
Does it say anything on the box about how infrequent you pull these cards? Okay, maybe. Okay, so Intimidation Nation is 1 out of every 8 packs, but it's a LeBron James.
Oh, that one's nice. I was gonna say I had 2 of those.
It's like a gold colored.
They look like this.
Can you pull a gold? I don't know. It looks cool.
That's a pretty good card. I would say you probably won that box because if I'm going through it, Balon Laura is probably my best card. It's numbered, and it's not all that good.
What about the cut above die cut? What is the odd? That's 1 in 38 packs, and that was the Griffey that I got.
That's a pretty good card, dude. That looks cool.
I think
Trading Cards More said that's $10.
Which one?
The cut above.
$10.
Yeah, that beat me.
What about the Intimidation Nation LeBron? Is that good?
I'm sure it's a few dollar card. It's cool. This is a really neat product though. And then I just sorted through real quick.
LeBron, a win. Yep. Okay. So Anthony says that my 3 best cards being the 2 Griffey cards, the cut above, and the Griffey, what is this called? Premier or something? Premium. Skybox Premium, and then the Intimidation LeBron. I guess I won. And the Blackford crappy Ben Simmons.
I will say while you're there, look at the back of your box and look at see if you have any RB in the top left. Looks like a basketball. I only had 1 of those in the box. It was Jaden Springer. I did a little kind of sort. Cool breakdown.
RB40. I've got
RB40. Yeah. They kind of have that like cosmic type or sky.
Yeah. I like these fresh foundation cards. They're cool looking.
Yeah, I had
I got an S33. Well, do you have any S's? I don't know. Everybody's gonna tune out. This is like so boring.
Yeah.
But
Well, you took it down. You took it down, buddy.
all right, I win by winning against a product that neither of us knows anything about.
That's all right. I enjoyed that a lot. That was
It
fun.
looked cool.
It makes me want to open.
These look darn cool.
Bowman Brett says Z. Greg said
No,
Greg said the Padres game is still going, and the Phillies is going nuts.
it is fast, no doubt.
But that was fun. I like that product.
Well,
I got two more.
We
I got
were
two more boxes. 4-4 in the 5th.
that fresh foundation Giddy. That's got to be decent too. I don't know, like a bronze or a gold or something. All right,
That was good, dude.
I gotta learn a little bit more about that product because, that Griffey card just looks cool. That just looks so cool.
Yeah, well, we didn't
That's
pull
so-
a Tiger Woods, which is a bummer.
I didn't pull a Tiger Woods auto. I didn't call my shot like Jake Taylor did.
Wonder- How hard is that to hit? Probably impossible.
I looked actually once they published the odds on the Tiger Woods auto being pulled. I think it was 1 in 29,000 packs. So it's essentially it's like one every like 5,000 boxes.
Jeez,
It's really hard. So it
that's
was
crazy.
probably in the one that I had. So I got one more. I'll open it on my channel.
Awesome, buddy. Well, you got anything else before we go?
No, I don't think so. Everybody enjoy NFL tomorrow. If you're in the Midwest, enjoy this nice weather. It's been great. And
Hey,
hope to see you at a card show soon.
do you have a Bowman Mega handy?
Upstairs. Why?
We got some we got people like Bowman Megas.
Oh,
Bowman
dude, like
Megas.
Bowman.
I got a Bowman Mega right here. Let's do it.
I got to go upstairs and get one.
I'll buy some time.
Buy some time for me. I got to go upstairs and get one.
Go snag one. I'm gonna grab a Bowman Mega right here, guys. What's going on, everybody? So we'll do a Bowman Mega. That'll heat up. I think I'm gonna open some of these tomorrow anyway. Just because I want to see if I can get a couple more graded cards. I believe these are still available on Target.com, guys. I think I've been saying it for a while. I think it's a good buy. Buy them and hold them. Buy them and open them. Bowman Mega is still selling strong. But John takes it down. We're declaring John a winner. It's amazing, man. I love it. Neighbor Boz says, Brett, you rock. This is reality TV. De La Cruz 101 coming. I've never pulled a black out of here. Never pulled a black. We'll see. We'll see. I saw Real Breaks pulled another card from a base pack of the Logo Fractor edition too. That product's so good.
I should have put it on mute.
That's all right. I enjoyed.
Probably
I
heard
could hear you coming.
footsteps upstairs.
All right, man. We're just doing the mojos. Let's see what
Just
we
the
got.
mojos. We'll totally redeem ourselves from that really.
John is the declared winner tonight, no matter what. So
Yeah, Brett's like, no. We got to do a Bowman Mega. So I can win.
no, you're declared winner. Figured, why not? Gotta love it, boys. Stu says LFG. Bowman Mega it is. Put the base packs to the side.
Jordan Lawler,
Here
Jose
they come.
Wander Franco, Rookie of the Year favorites, Khalil Watson,
Ooh, nice. That's a good one. That was
and Warming Bernabeu. So yeah, I got a Khalil Watson mojo so far. Am I like the early leader?
oh boy, John.
Ah, you beat me, didn't you? Oh, you got an Eliotto. Man,
Let's go.
last time I saw one of those
Let's,
in the parking lot.
Let's go, baby.
Wow, if I don't get
Ellie De La
you,
Cruz.
wow, if I don't get
Ellie De La
you
Cruz.
won the Bowman Mega easily.
Oh, baby.
Theo Watson Mojo is gonna win it.
I didn't, you know what? I didn't even think there was a hit in that pack. I turned it sideways and it didn't look like a hit. Ellie Auto, boys.
That's
Just
crazy.
in time for some grading services. Kaboom, says neighbor Bob.
Wow.
And you know who was in that one? Our boy Polanco. So
Thompson,
if you haven't noticed,
Backstrom, Hernandez, Rodriguez, Cerny.
if you haven't noticed in Bowman Megas, Polanco seems to have lots of hits that come out of those packs. Not that it means anything, but Ellie Auto, $200. Let's see here. This one might be a double pack. Maybe not. Ooh, here's another one I might grade right here. This was a good box to open. Oswaldo first.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna keep that one right there. Figueroa.
Yeah.
J-Rod High Five. Probably just a couple bucks. Oh wow, what a box, dude.
That was a crazy
Ellie De La Cruz, a base and a Benny. Whoa. Let me sleeve these up. That's a couple greater. There's 3 graders out of 1 box. That makes me feel a little better about the night.
Khalil Watson.
John's is still winner.
That's the best I got. Yeah.
Oswaldo, Ellie Auto.
All right.
Neighbor Bob says you guys seem more excited about Bowman. It's because we know the product. It's tough when you don't know a product.
I don't, like half these things. Like I don't have any idea what I'm looking for in some of these. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, is that a parallel? Like, is it colored? I don't know. It looks gold. Is it a gold? Maybe. I have no idea. Is it a bronze? I don't know.
Beats me. Yeah.
Like that could be decent. I don't know. I know the Black Furnace LeBron was a good one. If you pulled that.
Yeah, I tell you, I think your box paid for itself. The Metal Universe, but man, dude. Bowman Megas have always been my favorite.
Is the Khalil
What a
Watson
box, dude!
still pay for my box?
Khalil Watson is pretty solid, man. I mean, he's so young. That's a card you want. That's a card you don't want to sell. You want to hold that for a while. Don't be in a rush. But I like this product a lot. Like I said, I didn't think there was a hit in that one. I turned it sideways and I just didn't see it. What a spread, dude. Well, you got any parting shots to take, champion?
No, not really. Let's see here. One thing I would say as a parting shot, if you guys tune into my channel, ERB Sports, we're over 150 subscribers now. That's awesome. Many of you guys from this channel subscribe to mine. I really appreciate it. On my channel, ERB Sports, it's an acronym doing eating. So I'm a competitive eater. We've talked about that before on this channel. I hopefully will have another contest coming up in December. It's going to be shrimp cocktail if they have it. They need to confirm the contract, but if they do have it, I'll be in that contest. R is ripping. We just did a bunch of ripping, right? Anything sports card related, and then betting. Sometimes I give you guys my gambling picks, or we do some DraftKings stuff for daily fantasy eventually. I bet on IndyCar when the IndyCar season is full-fledged going. I really do miss that because I was pretty good at betting IndyCar. My win rate was like 80%. So that's all I got.
Awesome, buddy. Me too. It was good seeing you. It's been a while. It's nice to be back on the saddle. I'll probably open up some more Bowman Megas on my channel tomorrow, maybe even during the day or between football games. So I need to get a PSA order rolling out. Again, make sure to hit up John's channel, ERB Sports. Soto just hit a home run.
Cool.
But guys, guess what's coming?
You always got the tagline.
Until next time, peace.
Have a great night, everybody. See you next time.